So this is the S&P 500 looking at the weekly chart, and of course our cycle analysis on the bottom right over there. And what we're looking at right over here, let's just take a look as we move forward from this. We're going to go back over here to the April of 25 right over there. So we're looking at just over a year's trading right over here. And you can see in here what's going on. Just an absolute huge upside move that we've seen after this just over 9% move to the downside and that correction. I've shown and discussed many times for our members that this move right over here, making that lower low, and then moving out past the high is a very rare cyclical formation that normally happens when you have a broadening top going on. So in other words, these cycles right over here made a lower low. Normally, the odds are that the next rising phase will not make a higher high. I would put making a higher high at less than 20% under those conditions. But there we are getting through that high and making a higher high, which gives you this broadening top look that you have in here. Now, normally what happens is that the next cycle over here takes you somewhere down to support, you get another rally, and then all of these corrective cycles bring it sharply to the downside. Now, when I did my analysis at the beginning of the year, I talked about the market having a break into this April period right here, then rallying up, and my assumption was that, well, we wouldn't get the negative formation, and that the market would rally up to between 7150 and about 7300, and with an outside possibility of it moving up into this area right over here. That's about 7460 right there. That was my outside upside for the market for this year. Well, here we are. And because of the depth of this decline, I actually didn't believe it was going to happen. I believed that it was going to fail more in this area over here around under 7,000 and then begin to move down again. Well, that's not what happened. So we have a likely formation of a pullback here into this May-June period. We should get a top in here very soon. And for those of you that get our charts, you know I'm looking for a VIX bottom to form just about any minute. So that could bring the top in here, whether it's now or in coming days or even a couple weeks, and then bring some sharper downside move into this corrective area. Assuming it stalls up here around 7,400, I would expect that we would get a move down here to around 7,000 or a little bit lower, which of course is not that big of a decline. And that would be into the June time frame, then get another rally and then fall hard over here. Now, a lot of the stocks that I showed earlier in this show and that the team shows that there's a likely decline into this period into June. It's just a matter of when it tops. So the support zone again right over here, we'll just call it around just under 7,000 right there. To 60, this is 68.60, and this down over here about 67.25. So those are the supports. I'm assuming that it's not going to get through this 74.60 area and then get into this corrective period. So let's look at the shorter term in here. This is really amazing when I look at this because what you can see in here on the cyclical patterns, first of all, that green dash is the Russell. It's got a slightly different pattern. When you get an extreme condition like we have right now, and you see this label extreme right-hand translation, that's this cycle going invisible. It barely just had a sideways move and then began to move up again, and you could see it formed this diamond consolidation right over there and broke out and moved to the upside. You can see in here the slim ribbon right in here, very positive. The slim ribbon PO giving these remarkably strong upside resumption signals right there. And we have top warnings coming in here, and the NASDAQ has got 2 straight weeks of top warnings like I have never seen before. It is the most extreme overbought condition on the short term I've seen, and that probably means a rubber band effect once the top comes in and you get the correct. But the slim ribbon right in here, extremely strong, as you could see, just like it was very weak and red. It colors the bars in here, which is pretty amazing. And you have the reversal scout turning up right over here, giving the bullish signal. The slim ribbon turning green right in here and telling you it's positive. So everything positive in here. The next likely corrective period right over here is coming up, well, any minute. It really should start to get to falter in here and then come down into the support zone. Often the slim ribbon is support, and there's the support zone rising off of this level. It would take a break under 70.46 to give me any indication that a real top is in place. Quite a ways away. And again, this support zone on the short term is 72.60 down to about 71.80. So it's not very far down, and this could make another positive cycle. We just don't know. And a very, very strong momentum conditions. And I'll show you that when we get into the market condition monitor. So what I showed you here on the weekly is strong momentum. Look where it turned up right there on the reversal scout. It was perfect. Look where the correction was signaled right here on the reversal scout. That was perfect. So right now we have this powerful dominant upward force going on right over there. On the daily chart, we have this powerful dominant upward force going on right there. And that's why we have maintained the bullish posture that we have had for our members and when we do this analysis. So now I've showed you weekly and daily. Let's bring in the 2-hour chart right over here for you to see. And you will get an idea as we look at this. This is fantastic. So if you are an intraday trader or a multiple day swing trader, the 2-hour momentum condition chart is just fantastic. You can see in here that, when we were in that corrective period, we were getting these negative readings right over here, and negative resumption signals, the slim ribbon continuously going negative, and you were getting this red bars in here because it colors it and telling you short side trades only. That made sense because the biggest moves were to the downside. Here's where it turned positive right over here and giving you the indication of long side trades only. It turned neutral here for a few hours, you can see, kept you on the long side the whole way, then turned positive again. And that's where we are right now, under the condition of long side trades only. So I encourage you, if you're a short-term trader, you're a swing trader that you hold stuff for a few days, even if you're an option trader biasing your positions, this is really where to start. What direction do you want to be in? And the key to success is the right directional decisions and the ability for you to be able to guide your positions in a way that you're there for the largest impulses. Either the largest impulses down because it's negative or the largest impulses up because it's positive. Our market condition monitor helps you with that a lot. If you're a day trader, our day trader service runs full-time during the day. It's fantastic. It gives you all the information you need as to help you with your directional decisions. You can write to Matt at askSlim.com. Ask him about our day trader service. So this just is another way that you can see, and I thought this was important. Right now, as you look at that a chart on the daily chart or the weekly chart, they are influencing this because they're the longer term ones. When this turns negative in here, you could actually get the signal on the MCM if you subscribe to that for level 3 and 4 members. That will be your first sign. You can see it hasn't been negative at all the way through right over here where it turned up on March 31st. So through this whole period right over here in April, one little neutral signal right over there and continuing to move up. And look at the slim ribbon PO giving you all of these fantastic upward arrows and resumption signals. Gave you that one little blue cautionary one right over there, but the system stayed green. And just a great way to guide your position. So we have 2-hour chart still giving you positive conditions. The daily chart right over here, riding that upward wave up the slim ribbon right over there, which is just a great way to look at it. And your weekly chart here, the real dominant force pushing to the upside. All of that has been positive, We haven't been shy about that. Just because I have upside targets, or I'm cautionary because of the craziness of the valuations we're seeing in the market right now, that is not a reason to be getting in front of this big upside move. I always say that you can always make a decision to trade against the trend. But if you do that, you should always really be considering that your risk rewards are poor. And that should mean that, if you really want to catch the turn, you should be doing that with like a quarter of a position. And don't even consider anything bigger than that when you're against the trend. This is the importance of directional decisions being proper. Put you on the right side of the big impulses. That is the key to successful trade.